Today we have the 2006 graduate from Civil Engineering, Mr. R. Giridhar. He is the Regional Director of the National Dam Safety Authority, South India. He's held prestigious roles in his professional career under the Ministry of Jal Shakti. He's been the Director of Central Water Commission. He's been the Director of the Indian National Committee of Irrigation and Drainage, and he's also been the convener of India-EU Water Partnership. Thank you for joining us today, sir. How are you?
All fine. I'm good.
Okay. So speaking about your journey after CEG, you cleared TNPSC, you cleared UPSC Indian Engineering Services. You also did a master's in IIT Madras. So what's the story behind this and what motivated you to do all these things?
My maternal uncle was my senior long back. So it was about more than 15 years ago. He studied civil engineering in the same our college. So when before we had that entrance exam, I discussed with him. Then he suggested me this. Still I remember. He's no more, but still I remember whenever somebody says you how you selected civil engineering. So he is Mr. Krishnan. So he suggested me that you can go about. So maybe on the blank mind I joined CEG. I believe something, some energy center is there available because the college is more than 200 years old. So I felt that energy. So I can visually see that my capabilities, my discipline keeps improving, which I'm observing regularly. But coming on to the engineering service exam, because when I completed third year, still I remember I was in first floor of structural engineering department. So there was one room where assistant professors used to sit on the same room. So generally, from since childhood, I had dreamed to go for IES. Her name is Miss Grishma. So she suggested me that since you are good at engineering studies, this syllabus is almost same. You can even try for engineering service. Later on, you can shift to civil service also. Then that day, immediately I got hold of that idea. Started searching what is civil service, what is engineering service, then what is the difference. Then I came to know that it is almost the same cadre exam. So everything, powers, responsibilities are almost same, which the IAS have a better administrative responsibilities. Then I felt like it would match my instinct. Then immediately I started with studying engineering service. Then in the same journey, then I came to know that the GATE also has a similar syllabus. So then I studied for GATE also. So somehow God's grace or the CEG positive energy, it made me clear in the first attempt. So even at that time, it was very rare. So who cleared the same exam in first attempt. But I generally feel that positive energy generated from the structural engineering department pulled me. I cleared GATE, I cleared engineering service. And the same year, February, I cleared GATE. Then June, I cleared engineering service. Then it was like unending story. So I didn't even had a single day break. So because I immediately shifted to MTech IIT Madras. Then IIT Madras, a day after Viva, I joined Central Water Commission.
So you're setting an example of learning is a continuous process. So even after
Yes.
you cleared it, you again went to join for the MTech course.
Yes. But what happens generally in a UPSC exam, it takes time. So for the results and things, it takes time. Then I also felt I want to study in depth some other concepts. So at the time, I opted for geotechnical engineering in IIT Madras. That was also great learning experience. But still, it all started from CG only.
You haven't wasted any time, sir.
Yes. As such, there was no. As such, people say that. So at young age, how you the same question they used to ask anywhere you go. At young age, how you reach this position? Then I used to say there was no gap left for me. So my journey was continuous. So that made me reach this position. All grace to Almighty and also the energy centers.
Okay, good to know. So can you explain more about your current role and responsibilities?
So at present, I am on deputation in National Dam Safety Authority. So I am handling South India. There are 4 regional offices in National Dam Safety. So as per Dam Safety Act 2021, we have to maintain the safety of the dams all over the country. It is a mandate as per Act. So a department is made for that. Then again, so it was created a year back. So then regional office was created a year back. So then I was selected as such. I am not posted. So there was competition. Then handling all southern states. As such, it is 8 states, including Puducherry and Lakshadweep. But we don't have dams in Puducherry and Lakshadweep. So apart from that, we have dams in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra, Telangana, and also we have 3 dams in Andaman Nicobar Island also. So I am heading state dam safety units of all these states.
Worked in the key major sectors of our country which contribute to the economic development of the nation, I would say, primarily like irrigation, water resource mapping, agriculture, and also flood management. Which one is the closest to your heart and why?
Pulled me everywhere, wherever I got job, wherever my placements happened, and somehow it is related to water only. Because I got job in as a AE in WRD, as a AE in Toad Board, water supply,
Oh.
then even some abroad office in Netherlands, some in Dubai, anywhere, I don't know, somehow it was all related to water only. So somehow I thought something is there. So I have to work in water. Somehow something is prefixed. Maybe that would have happened. Professor Karmegam was there when I was studying. So I don't know. Maybe through him that the energy passed on. I don't know. But somehow it pushed me in water sector only. So somehow initial days I was just on the learning phase. But day by day that issues in water sector it pulled me on to more learning phase. So I worked mostly in irrigation and agricultural sector where the centrally sponsored schemes happens. But gradually on promotion, my things happened when I was deputy commissioner in Ministry of Jal Shakti. I handled India, Nepal, and India Bangladesh issues, which I enjoyed the most. So at the time, many of the bilateral issues between India and Nepal, to my knowledge, we tried solving things, many things. Even with, I visited both the countries. Even Bangladesh, I visited twice. Then Nepal once. Then further seeing all this, then I was put into India Europe also, where we had a mutual knowledge cooperation MOU, where the people will be coming from, experts will be coming from European Union, and they will be handling some of the key projects in India. Then they will upgrade or they will use some of the technologies which is being prevailed in Europe. So concept is like many of the European basins are replicating the Indian river basins. So concept went like this. Then I was instrumental in bringing the third phase. Now it is third phase is going on between 2023 to 25. So initial second phase I worked, and then I was instrumental in bringing the third phase also. Then I was leading an Indian delegation to Europe last September. So it was close to my heart, but generally I feel whenever I work somewhere, so I generally leave something on my name. So I feel wherever India, Nepal, India, Bangladesh, or India, Europe, wherever I felt I left something so that Giridhar did something. So same thing I'm trying now, ensuring the dam safety in South India. So I'm now I'm on the learning phase still on the dam safety things. So now it is going on.
Okay, that's a remarkable feat, actually. Touching on the international collaboration, already India, EU, we're all strategic partners and we're all walking the same road to achieve the SDG goals and stuff. But how does it feel to lead Indian delegation there and bring out our expertise, especially to developed nations?
It goes like this. Many of the interventions, we don't have any proven facts. Suddenly, you cannot go to the some Ganga basin. Then you say that you do this. So that concept went like this. The experts will come directly into our basin. So
Okay.
they will have a IWRM study, integrated water resource management study across basin. Then they will work with us. Only they will guide us. So they will at last tell us these are the technologies available, and then which can be implemented in India. Broadly, there are four things I think which I liked the most in India-Europe relation, which the reuse of water, then increasing the water use efficiency, because the water coming from dam or somewhere, the efficiency is around 35% only. Our national efficiency stands at around 35%, where in Europe it is more than 50%. So it is around 60% as such. So as such, our on the conveyance and other losses are more. So it is like increasing the water efficiency is one thing. Then about the integrated water resource management, because what we see in India is many of the departments, many of the self-help groups, many of the water associations, they work in silos. So there is no integrated approach. So India, Europe brought about some integrated approach which we can follow. The third phase aims at daily implementation of whatever things learned in last two phases.
Okay, so delving deeper into the water issues, like as per the NITI Aayog report, it says India is in a water crisis and the water quality is deteriorating, especially in the metropolitan cities. So, what do you think is the future of water in India?
Water is being deteriorated is one thing, but you can see that still in the same district where the flood happens, the same place, same lat long, the drought happens in the same year. So as such, our logic is goes towards more water storages, then increasing the water use efficiency, then the reuse of water. So at last, our motive is more like utilizing the available water more than recreating the water availability.
So, but the increasing urbanization is kind of decreasing the water storage across, rural urban towns and all. No? So,
As such, you see in Kaveri, every year we see around 150 TMC we are letting out into the sea. So as such, our nature giving about 1200 BCM water to India every year. So average availability is well sufficient to cater to any urban needs. But because you cannot stop urbanization, you cannot start globalization. You can really do even with a higher political will, it may not happen. Even in India-Europe partnership, there is a term called micromanagement. So more into the micromanagement level. So not about think about which the things may not happen. So our focus should be on micromanagement of water, like micro irrigation, where we increase efficiency to about 80%, 80%.
taking you back to CEG, so how
Yes.
has CEG shaped you to become the person who you are today?
Which I initially told you, but as that's what when we are just out of school, so I really felt like where we are stuck up somewhere. I never felt it is a big college, but somehow after first year I started changing. Then everybody in that age, people tend to change, but still I felt the change because without I'm not that studious as many people, but more I was more like a 9 pointer only. Without even IIT also I still remember people will be studying day night either there. Then people will be studying at because I'm a day scholar. Still, I remember I hardly studied, but somehow I was 9 pointer only all throughout the season. So it is something is there. So which you can really feel only. You cannot express.
Okay, again, you talk the energy.
Whenever my life somehow rotates around now, even my office is now near Guindy only.
Oh,
So
okay.
somehow that pulling is there. You can that which I can really feel only. I cannot express that. You see, I studied in IIT. Now I worked before near Guindy only near Velacheri. Now again I came into Dash and Lamp Safety. Now office maybe in Guindy only. So somehow that pulling factor always happens. Even I tried opening office in Chennai, but Guindy somehow it didn't happen.
Okay. So we got to know that even your brother was also at CEG when you were doing your undergraduation. So
Yes,
are
yes,
there
yes.
any memorable incidents
With my brother.
with your brother or any other thing that you can recall?
My memorable incident always happened in canteen only. And sometimes we used to sit to chat, then do things. Then in the computer room, when we used to visit that computer lab, I forgot the name. But we because at the time computers was very new when we studied in 2002, almost after the 2000, the computers are very fresh. So whenever we used to type things, we used to enjoy it. At the computer lab and all things we used to enjoy.
Okay.
As the time I was a day scholar, so I used to enjoy the campus only. So you roam around, so that beautiful red buildings. So it felt like something good about the buildings and things.
Okay, that's nostalgic. Okay, so now there is cutthroat competition to attend these government examinations. What tips or advice would you give to the students to handle both studies and while preparing also?
My general advice would be like you should be basically good at concepts, then basically good at academics. Then you should spend some real time because you cannot touch many things at a time. So what today's people what they do, they do go for coaching, they simultaneously work somewhere, studies for some time. Then because what I have seen, because lakhs of people are writing engineering services, but at last it is ending up in 120 seats. So you see when lakhs of people writes, what I generally observed, more than 90% people, they will not study the syllabus. They will whatever possible they will study. Another 5-7%, they don't know how to study, how to exactly clear the exam because syllabus may be same. Syllabus may be same for GATE, for engineering service, for other exams, but you should specifically study for that particular exam. So particular exam, how it goes, that skill you need. So only I feel 1 to 3% people have that both studying, have patience in studying, and then also skill in clearing that exam. So that's what I generally tell people who are advisors. Who are take advice, you have to first be at good at concepts, then you develop the skill to clear that particular exam. Don't have a similar type of study for all the exams.
They say there's a lot of distractions, social media, all platforms. So how can students keep away from all such distractions? And
But when you are into that, really into that world,
yes.
because still I remember, I really felt, I studied for only 6 months, which made me this thing. People used to spend years in Delhi. They used to come to Delhi, sit for 3 years, 4 years. I started in around July. I started the preparation. Then around January, I completed the things. So that 6-7 months only made me all this. That was the first coaching I went in whole life to one Krishna Institute in Adambakam. So there, I think that concepts was explained very well. So I used to go home post lunch, then take rest for 1-2 hours, then attend class from maybe from 5:30 to 8, then reach home at 9. Then from 9:30 till 11, 12, I used to complete the things. Over whatever thought in that day, I used to complete the thing, then sleep. Maybe that may be one tip where maybe people can see. But still, that's what I'm telling you. You have to understand, then learn. Then things can be easy. Otherwise, you will forget things.
Okay, so building a strong foundation is the key.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so okay, fine. So SEGM 4.0 is coming on Jan 3 and 4, sir. Looking forward to meet you here.
But anyway, fortunately, I'm here. But many times my brother used to tell, but somehow I used to be abroad or used to be out of Chennai. But somehow it coincided with. But if, luckily, my official tours or official commitments should not intervene. Otherwise, I will. I would really interested to join.
Okay, thank you so much for your time today, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.